It was a request made by City Council just a month ago, asking the federal government to consider a handgun ban in Toronto. Well, now the Prime Minister is asking one of his cabinet ministers to look into it, and the move is garnering mixed reaction.
I think it's a good thing that we're talking about a firearm ban, or more specifically a handgun ban. Even in Canada, the statistics show that over 60% of the firearm-related deaths are committed with handguns. And so that's a pretty alarming statistic, and it's something that I think policymakers are now waking up to.
This gun violence researcher says he's welcoming the news that Ottawa is looking to study a full ban on handguns and assault weapons. The Prime Minister today sending out this letter to the Minister of Border Security and Organized Crime Reduction with a directive aimed at reducing crime involving firearms. But not everyone is happy with the idea.
Target shooting, hunting are hugely popular in Canada. There's actually more people in Canada with a firearm license than the number of adults who play hockey.
Gun advocates say a ban would unfairly punish legal gun owners who are already subject to strict rules in order to shoot for sport.
We're talking about a huge population of people who are the closest thing you can be to a crimeless segment of society. To have a firearm license, you cannot be convicted of a crime. People with firearm licenses are safe, are responsible. So why not leave them alone?
The problem are not irresponsible individuals, but when you have a system that allows certain types of firearms to be legal, that by de facto makes it easier for people to get their hands on guns that they want to then use to commit a crime. Most guns that are used in shootings, whether fatal or non-fatal, are at some point in time legally purchased and owned firearms.
One question those on both sides of the debate are asking is what exactly a study would look like. The PM's letter to Bill Blair asks for an examination of a full ban while not impeding the lawful use of firearms by Canadians. Johnson wonders how that could possibly be achieved.
How do you study a full ban without impeding the lawful use? Studying a full ban means taking firearms away, confiscating them, or somehow getting them out of the hands of people with a license, because firearms already are fully banned to anybody who doesn't have a license.
For Lee, it's a question about how the feds will conduct a study without actually testing out a ban and measuring its effects over a number of years.
You have to have a before and after comparison, and even that is not a perfect way to really measure the efficacy of, a gun control ban or a handgun ban for that matter. There are many different things that affect gun violence rates, some of which are, the economy changing, some of which are, local conflicts between street gangs.
That's why Lee believes a gun ban is not the be-all solution. He'd rather see it be part of a larger approach.
It would include building programs for at-risk youth. It would include mentoring programs, violence interrupters.
Now, last month, City Council did pass a number of other items aimed at reducing gun violence, including increasing the funding to the youth equity strategy, implementing a gun amnesty buyback program, and investigating gun clubs and shooting ranges in the city to see if they are operating legally.